I thought I would hate Pai. I really did. I was expecting not to like it at all, but actually, you can't hate something this beautiful. Pai is just, it grows on you. Northern Thailand, wow. It's just pretty spectacular. Good morning. It is a beautiful day in Pai. Now this small town was once the hippie mecca of Thailand, but I think like everything, it has changed. We arrived yesterday, kind of settled in, but today is our first day of exploring and we're going to take you along for the ride. Before we get going, I just want to share with you where we are staying. It's very simple, but it was locally owned, which was most important for us. This spot is called Chill in Pai. The owner is so nice, so humble. They have this little main area. And then this is why we got it. Can you hear that? It's just the sound of water, the owner's music. And this rice field, it is so lovely. It's kind of like staying in old school cottages before cottages got really fancy. Just these little huts here, but very comfortable. It's also very handy because it is right next to the only gas station in town. And so that's what we're doing next. We're getting gas. This is the gas station. I think it's the only gas station in town.
No music.
No music. We saw a Paddy Doyle video where he was up in the north and the gas station like this had music. And so we were like, oh, that's awesome. We can't wait for that. But no music. However, this is the only gas station. There's nothing else. I don't know where the next one is, but it's not in Pai. Alright, so normally you see us eating traditional Thai food, but I decided today that since Alan felt like toast, we would go to a bit more of a tourist restaurant. This is the Cafe. It has, I think, very reasonably priced Western food. So I got 2 pita, hummus, eggs, salad. Alan got the ultimate in tourist. He got avocado toast with 2 eggs on top, a latte, and I took the opportunity to get a carrot beet ginger juice, only 60. In fact, our whole meal together was only 305, which I think is great. So we're just going to eat this and then move on because we have somewhere very beautiful that we want to see today. All right, we're on to our second spot, and I did want to talk about one thing that we just saw right there. Yesterday when we arrived, we saw that guy, well, we just saw that guy. There were guys in 7-Eleven without a shirt on, and it was like the evening. And then also lots of women wearing just their bikinis or wearing their bikinis and like shorts. I think they need more signs here, or they need you to sign something that says you understand and will respect local culture. I just think it's crazy. And I guess it's part of being young, you know, that maybe you don't know, which is why they put those signs up. But I guess perhaps half the town didn't see their signs saying, please don't wear a bikini in town and put on a shirt if you're a man.
PTT station.
Oh, there is a PTT station. I was wrong. When I said our gas station was the only station, we were wrong because here's PTT. We tried to find this station last night and Google Maps would not take us there. Let me know if somebody's coming.
You go there. Hi.
made it. So it's hot out. And I got a new hat because I do not want to burn. The nice thing about Pai is it's so lush and green. Even on these routes driving out here, it's sunny, but there's also a lot of really shady patches, so it makes driving much more comfortable. And then we're here at this bamboo bridge. Now, this bamboo bridge, probably one of the top things to do here, but we still wanted to come see it. And that's because I love low impact tourism. So yes, it's a tourist place, but they still maintain their rice fields. I would much rather see these things where we can get out in nature and support local community tourism rather than someone building like a pool club or just junk that you see in a lot of other places that have too much tourism. Here again, they said, please dress modestly. I think they need that sign to explain what that is. Don't drink alcohol, don't litter. And then there are a couple of cafes here, Temple, Washoe. This is nice. And it's only 30 baht to get in. I think it's noon. We're probably here at the worst time, but we're happy to be here. We're just gonna take a break in the shade because there was a big group of tourists coming in. So we're gonna let them move on ahead of us and just get ready because the sun is out. I feel so fortunate that it's been just blue skies, but it's also the worst time to be walking out on this bamboo in the middle of the sun. It already looks beautiful, and next door it looks like that they have a cafe too that maybe after we do the little bit of a walk the loop of the bamboo, we'll check out the cafe for a cold drink. Clouds have kind of rolled in quickly, but it actually makes it a little bit less hot, which is nice. It's not so much hot that it's humid here, which I did not expect in the north. We thought we would be in cool weather and wondered if we would need to have jackets and pants, but you don't. In fact, I feel like having a short sleeve shirt compared to what other people are wearing is very heavy. This is a really beautiful walk, just in nature. Very comfortable actually with the bamboo. It's definitely something that I think I would want to do in the morning. I think it would be beautiful here. But even right now, because it's a little bit cloudy, it's quite nice. But there are lots of little spots to stop and enjoy. I love the idea of just giving people just this opportunity to come out here. I think, you know, they hope that you will also come and stay at one of the cafes, and the one that we're about to go to looks fantastic. They have great coffee out here, and I'm sure they've got lots of juice. I do think we're gonna head back though, because there's so much more that we want to see today, and also we're thirsty, and then we wanna go get some lunch. Cold drink time. We started upstairs, which is really nice, a beautiful place to relax, but a little bit hot. Down here underneath, so cool. You just get a different perspective, and it's surprisingly breezy and nice here. They also have lunch, and they have a number of dishes. It looks really good. Again, despite being at a tourist location, just really great prices. But there's somewhere special we want to eat lunch, and it's not Thai food, but I've heard it's fantastic. I am so thankful we were able to get a motorbike because we almost didn't. Right before we left, Alan asked if we needed to bring our passports, and I was like, probably not. We already had our booking confirmed, and we keep our passports on our phone. And nobody ever asks for them. We just show the picture, and it's always fine. Except Pai is a little bit different, and that is because so many foreigners come and they try to rent bikes, and they've never rented a bike before, so there are lots of accidents. This is actually not a great place to ride a bike because of foreigners, inexperienced foreign motorcyclists. We said to people, like, we just thought usually it's you give your passport or you give a deposit of a couple thousand baht, but here in Pai you actually give both. Finally, we found this great spot, Best Buy, and I think he gave it to us because I said that Alan was actually the driver and he was Indonesian. So when we went to get the bike, the guy is so thorough, really quality bikes, not expensive, same price as everybody else. But also there was a foreigner who was renting a bike, and he asked him, like, how many years have you been riding a bike? And then he asked Alan, and Alan was like, since primary, like he's always grown up driving a bike. It's not just the act of driving a bike, but in Asia, how people operate bikes and the culture of driving a bike and moving with other riders is very different than anything I've ever seen. It's like you work together in a pack. I don't know, it's hard to explain unless you've seen it yourself. Anyway, as we were leaving, the owner of Best Buy said to us, be careful because the drivers here, the foreigners are they're terrible. So you really have to be a defensive driver and always be on the lookout for them. And then he told us these stories about how they always leave their keys in their bikes and they leave them on and all this stuff, that the problems that he's had. So he actually has a sign that says no beginners. And then this morning, going to breakfast, we ran into a couple, and the girl, we noticed, she had left her blinker on, her indicator, and also had left her key in the bike. Just a funny story, but if you're a beginner, you might have a hard time if somebody asks you, how long have you driven a bike? And if you don't have an international bike license, a motorbike license, and you get into an accident, it will not be covered by insurance. So that is why I don't drive in Asia, and Alan does. As I mentioned, it's not Thai food. It's actually Burmese. So we're in a residential neighborhood and it feels like we're in someone's home, but it also has the hospitality of being in someone's home, just like joking around, very funny, very kind, hospitable. And as soon as we sat down and Alan said he was from Indonesia, our host said, I know the dish for you. He got a beef curry, a Myanmar beef curry. And then he said to me, I know for you, you should get the Myanmar salad. The most popular thing on the menu, I think. So it's made with actually pickled tea leaves, I think that's right, and some nuts and some other things in it. Alan has been eating his curry. How is it so far?
The curry is good, and I put this chili for me because I need more spicy.
You need more spicy.
Yeah.
I want to try that. But so far, beef curry, is it good?
I will give 10 for 10.
10 out of 10?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's same like what we have in Padang actually, in Indonesia.
Ah, similar.
Because what the difference is only with the chili, because I like spicy.
Yeah.
Spicy.
And I think they make that for Western standards because we don't have the same spice level. And so he did point out where that was. Yeah, I want to try this beef because it looks so good.
Beef.
Is it good?
The meat is very other thing.
20% spicy, I feel it. Not too spicy, but it gets you in the back of the throat. The beef just melts in your mouth. It is good. It does taste like an Indonesian curry, but it also tastes like a beef stew. There's still lots of people in here because everybody who comes here talks about how good the food is. Now, Northern Mike, if you're watching this, I also thought of you because you asked me if I was going to go to Myanmar. We're not going to go to Myanmar, but we're definitely going to have the food. This Myanmar salad. This is a really nice, different kind of salad. Lots of good things in it. I think there might even be mushrooms. It's like there's so many things in here. Crunchy, chewy, nice and light and bright. Really, really good. But Alan's beef stew is also really, really good. If you're a meat and potatoes kind of guy and you come to Thailand and you're like, oh, I miss food from home, I want something that gives me that like fullness, this is definitely it. I think you'll really love it. This salad, if you've been traveling around Southeast Asia for a long time and you miss salads like I do, this is also fantastic. It makes me wonder what the rest of Burmese food is like because so far, I would agree, 10 out of 10. It's sad that we're only here for today and we can't try more of the menu because I think it would be really good. Good morning. It is the next day. So after our late lunch, we decided, why don't we go catch sunset at one of the popular spots in the city? And then we headed to the night market. Night market is pretty typical, like a lot you'll see around Southeast Asia. And but the interesting thing for me was that I noticed a lot of the vendors there are actually Muslim. And so that makes the sign that I first saw around town even more important. That it said that, you know, they don't want to see people in bikinis and for men to have their shirts off in town, not really appropriate for their culture. That said, also not appropriate for Thai culture in general, unless you're at the beach. So I don't want to be too hard on people. I think they don't know. So here you go. The more you know, it's up to you to make the decision. Today we're going to check out one last site before we go this afternoon that is supposed to be fantastic. Just after 9 a.m. and the clouds actually haven't cleared from the sky yet. So it's a good time to go check out the canyon because it's not too hot. And it looks like there are a couple of other riders here, but it's still pretty empty. So we're gonna check it out. It looks like entrance is 1 baht only, just to help with the maintenance. There looks like to be a small uphill trek that I did not anticipate. So that's fine. I don't think it's very far. We actually didn't have 1 baht on us, but they just said to move on. We will, I guess, pay when we get back, get a drink, get some change. I feel terrible because this morning I had a couple of 1 bahts and I just left them in the room because I thought we never just use 1 baht. Oh, I don't know what it is. Huh. Do you think we go down or up? No joke. I feel very embarrassed for being this out of breath. Have not done much cardio lately. Oh no, there's signs here. Beware of falling. Do the best you can. Beware, it's slippery. Good to know. This part, I think, is the hardest part because if you fall, you're really gonna hurt yourself. I think they have done the best job that they can to, just show you, try to give everyone enough space. Oh, what a view this morning. So I know everybody comes here at sunset. It's very, very popular at sunset. And I bet just this red rock would be glowing. But right now, because the clouds haven't parted, it's really beautiful and you can just see the natural colors. And then ahead of me, all of those greens. I've also heard that even though this is a very popular sunset spot, because this is so big, it actually doesn't really get that crowded at all because some people come early, get their sunset spot like very far out, and then other people kind of take it easy and go closer in. So when you first come in and you look at that steep part, you start to think, I gotta go into like a gorge. And you can go into a gorge if you want to, but it looks like you can go for a really nice walk, and explains why we saw people with walking sticks and things like that. So you can go on quite the outdoor adventure while you're here. And these views, I mean, like, look at this. Oh, it's so beautiful. We did not get to see the big Buddha this time. It was actually at the bottom of our list, only because there are so many big Buddhas in Thailand. So I'm sure this one is really beautiful, but it also has a lot of stairs to the top. And so I think most people go at sunrise because it gets quite hot. But look, this is what the weather is like in Pai right now. This is November 2nd. In the morning, you can see clouds come in and they all get pushed out by the sun, and then it's actually really beautiful days. So I can see why November begins high season here, because it is so beautiful. It's really incredible that you think Thailand is basically about beaches. You know, that's what we know Thailand for. It's famous for its beaches. But then also you come to the north and you just see like all of these beautiful mountains, and in the middle of it is this just red soil canyon. But yeah, you can see there's this huge trail. There's one that goes all the way up here, down and around. Sadly, it's time to leave Pai. And I do mean that sadly, because when we were planning to come here and I started reading up about it, watching some YouTube videos, I thought, oh my goodness, this is not for us. But there are people that I know that love it here. So I thought we need to check it out for ourselves. And I will say Pai City, not my cup of tea, but Pai, the area, amazing. And when we talk about the tourism that happens in Pai City and the type of people that it attracts, the 20-year-olds on the banana pancake trail, I don't want to be too harsh about it, because if I were in my 20s, 20 years ago, I would have loved it. That's definitely something I would have loved to do. After traveling for 20 years, not really my kind of thing, but you know, if locals are making money and they're okay with it, then that's great. However, having explored here, and then also last night when we went to Two Sisters and went into the residential neighborhood, we both said, this is a place that actually we could spend a month here if we needed to relax, get out into nature. It has great Wi-Fi. My little like $20 a night accommodation has very fast Wi-Fi. So I thought I would hate Pai. I really did. I was expecting not to like it at all, but actually, you can't hate something this beautiful. Pai is just, it grows on you. Northern Thailand, wow, it's just pretty spectacular.